Hi, everybody, and welcome to Hello Country Podcast. I am Mike. Right there is Papa Country. Hey, buddy.
Howdy, Mike.
Howdy. Happy New Year, by the way.
Thank you. You too.
Trusting that your second Christmas in the country was just as magical as your first?
It's certainly magical, absolutely different than the first Christmas with the pandemic and lockdown. But we're trying to embrace country life as best as we can and get outside and really enjoy the snow and the lovely winter up here in Grey Highlands.
It is stunning. You've had a very nice white Christmas out that way. It definitely was going to be picturesque for you. And so anyway, I'm glad that you had a great Christmas. Yeah, the lockdown has been interesting, of course. Everybody going through that at the holidays made it difficult. However, I am getting feedback from people that it has been a really wildly relaxing Christmas.
I think we're going to look back at this time in our history with a positive viewpoint. I think there's going to be a lot of silver linings. Certainly, I'm spending a lot more time with family, with Mama Country and the boys, and we're just kind of learning to coexist under the same roof 24/7. But yeah. I think it's all good, and I think a lot of people are going to come away with this with some, a new perspective on life.
I think you're right. The last time that we had a pandemic, there's and you and I have talked about this, there's a wonderful poem about how people learned to dance with their shadow, how somebody picked up a book they had meant to pick up that changed their life. Somebody learned to sing. Somebody learned the piano. And when we all came out of it, we all had these amazing things to show each other and to share with one another. And I have a feeling that we'll experience a bit of that. I'll remind you to subscribe to the podcast. Wherever you're listening to it, go right ahead and subscribe to it. If you're catching it on YouTube, you can hit the bell in the top right corner, and that'll notify you every time a new episode is up. We talk, and as we talk about the podcast, I should also hand out congratulations because I saw the print publication arriving at people's doors on LinkedIn and Facebook. People were letting me know that they got it. That was very encouraging. So congratulations on Hello Country, the print pub.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we just published our second edition, and it's going out in the mail with Canada Post to every home and farm with a Markdale, Flesherton, and Priceville address. So I'm pretty pumped about that. We're getting a lot of positive feedback. There's nothing exactly like this up here in Grey County, so I think people really like it, and we're just going to build on that.
You know what I would love to do is let people get in touch with you directly, Papa Country. Where can they reach you?
Oh, I think the easiest way is just send me an email at hellocountrymagazine@gmail.com. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Hello Country Magazine.
As we get into this second lockdown, which is when we're recording this, it won't be long before you're hearing it. But a number of things come to mind when it comes to country living, Roger. One of them is I notice the further you get from the metropolises of the world, the metropoli, I don't really know what the plural of metropolis is. Metropolis. You're the writer. So on that note, I notice as you get further out of the city, people are doing wonderful things for each other in the city, of course, and everywhere around the world, trying to accommodate one another. But as you get out of the core, that becomes more difficult for people to do because the centers of the universe are smaller. The distance to get to the town centers is a greater distance. So there's different accommodation being made by people. Today's guests are a great example of how you can go the extra mile and build a community around your business. Who's today's guest, Papa Country?
Today's guests are none other than Suzzi and Catherine from Susan's Delicatessen in Markdale. And like you said, they've just done a fantastic job of building community right there on Main Street in Markdale. They've got a wonderful thing going. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Suzzi and Catherine. Hey guys, welcome.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, this is awesome. And by the way, you all sound great. You know, when you do podcasting and it's all remote these days, sometimes it's sketchy. Everybody sounds great. So thank you so much for doing it this way and for joining us during these tough times. You are, essentially you are a retailer in times that are more difficult than a retailer really ever expects to go through, or any of us. But you are surviving. And so tell us, first of all, a little bit about the history of the deli, and then how you are making things go in this climate.
That's a great question. Susan's of Markdale has been around, since?
We actually can't date it, like how far back it goes, but this is the 6th incarnation
Oh, wow.
of this store. So we're the 6th owners. I'm going to say 40 years, perhaps.
Oh, that's amazing.
Maybe longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we took it over about 4.5 months ago. So during the pandemic, we decided to open a business.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If you got the time.
We had the time.
We thought, what better time to open a business during a pandemic, specifically a food retail business?
Yeah, we thought, okay, this is something we wanted to do for a few years. We didn't know how or what or where. Markdale became our home. And we saw that there was a missing gap in town. And we wanted to take that and take advantage of it. We didn't realize what it would be and what it is now, but it's pretty special. We've met a lot of people and everybody's been so supportive. I've never felt such sense of community.
Yeah.
We've met a
few of the owners
as well.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. The oldest owner that we've met,
she is 89, and she gave us some of her secret recipes.
Oh, wow.
Which was lovely. And we've heard of the original owner, who's still alive, 98. So as far as we know, every owner is still around.
That's good luck for you. Let's keep that going. So let me see if I get this right. You're a new family to Markdale as well. So is country living new for you as well?
We moved up around the same time Roger moved up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And look at that. You guys came from West Toronto as well.
Yeah, we were living Parkdale, Roncesvalles area.
Wow.
And I was working in a restaurant. Suzzi was a hairdresser. And we got an opportunity that we couldn't refuse to come up here. And it took a month and a half. We quit our jobs. We packed everything up and we moved up here.
Wow. And so
That's
now
so cool.
You've made a move in the last couple of years, which is a lifestyle change. Let's face it. I mean, Roncesvalles is a very beautiful part of Toronto, and you can find some solitude there and some solace. However, the country is a far cry from that. So you're making that adjustment to that kind of living, and then get into business in a small town scenario as well. What's the vibe? How do you feel about life now?
We definitely don't go out as much.
Yeah, which is actually a perk. I mean, hey, it's COVID. No one's going out anyway, so
right.
It's kind of a win-win there.
Yeah, I made a career out of eating out. So I stopped as soon as we moved up here. So that's a huge part of me that's I miss a bit.
Yeah,
going out because I love food. I've been working in the food industry for so long. And Toronto is one of the best food cities in the whole wide world.
it is.
I miss Parkdale Momos.
I'll make a stop by later on for you. You see, I'm still stuck in the city. That's what. Okay, so now you've made this lifestyle, but you are a foodie by the sounds of things. You love food. You've made a life of it, and so now you end up at Susan's Delicatessen, and I guess that means that you're going to take that love and passion for food and start bringing it to this community.
That's correct. Yeah, we're trying to create things that you can't really get here. Mm-hmm. A lot of people from Toronto have moved up here. But we're also still trying to cater to the local Markdalians, people that used to hang out at Susan's. A lot of older European customers come in and ask for things that I've never heard of. We try to accommodate everybody.
Yeah. Our goal is to carry things that we want to find, but we can't find.
Oh, cool.
So, like pyramid, like crystal finishing salts, we couldn't find here. So we brought some up, like some smoked salt or charcoal salt.
Yeah.
Indian pickle,
Yeah.
kimchi.
Some gluten-free noodles and different types of ramens and Thai sauces and just yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you walk in there thinking I'm going to get a coffee and a brownie, and then you're just kind of like, wow, you sell a lot more than coffee and treats. This is fantastic. And every time I go in there, I should say too that I feel like you guys have you created a really great environment for that sort of new meets old kind of a vibe. Like I do see a lot of sort of those local, and did you call them Markdalians? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just
I like that.
Markdalians. Yeah. So you got the the OG Gray Highland folks, and then you got the new folks like me, I suppose.
yeah.
Who are up there, and I don't know. So whatever you're doing is fantastic because it's embracing the whole community.
Yeah.
Papa Country, you also mentioned it's become a hub for you to meet people in the community.
In the most random of ways, yes, Mike. Because it's not like, I think if we weren't in a pandemic scenario, I would probably be spending a lot more time there. I'd probably open my laptop and do some work if that's cool with you guys, and I'd just probably be there more than I am now. But every time I go up to Susan's, I meet somebody from the community, somebody I essentially need to meet without knowing it. And some of the folks that I've met there have become, clients of mine. I end up bumping into clients, and I just think it's just a great little meeting spot. And I think that in a kind of sort of tongue-in-cheek and almost random way, that concept worked its way into the ad campaign that we're working on, which is Meet Me at Susan's. And, like we can't really do it these days right now because we're in a stay-at-home order. I'm not 100% sure what that exactly means.
It's confusing. I'll hand you that.
Prior to this, I would say to people, if I was going to, meet them and have a chat about business, I'd say, hey, meet me at Susan's, and everybody gets it. They're like,
right.
Yep, Susan's at Markdale. I haven't been there, been meaning to go. Fantastic. And I think, I speak for myself certainly, but I think also anecdotally from others, once they get a taste of Susan's, pardon the pun, they're coming back.
Ladies, that's really high praise. How do you feel hearing that?
It feels really, really nice. Roger's last article on us in the second issue of Papa Country, really, we almost teared up. It was really beautiful to see and read that.
Yeah, it's a nice endorsement. That's what I heard is, like I feel comfortable there. I like the food. Of course, the pandemic is a little bit tough on that with the lockdown order, but you've made a pivot in that regard to make sure that people are still getting good food. Let's talk about that. What are some of the things you're doing during the pandemic to make your business survive and also service the community?
We've, we always wanted to basically be kind of like a general store. So we wanted to have everything. We wanted to be able to serve coffee, have sandwiches, have soup, but also have groceries, vegetables,
deli meats, pantry items.
Yeah. So when we always said, if somebody comes in, we want them to leave with several things rather than just one thing.
Right.
Yeah. What makes it more essential, one-stop shop. Maybe you don't have to go to the big grocers. There's that. We also got a grant from Grey Highlands municipality to beef up our online presence. So we were able to offer sandwiches curbside through our online ordering system. So that's about 3 days old now.
And how's that going?
It's been amazing. It really works. It takes that fear out. If someone is coming to town to, go to the post office or go to the bank, I think there's that feeling that they can still participate a bit in what they used to do pre-COVID or stay-at-home lockdown, which is get some tasty treats.
I'm a curmudgeon, and I was not into this curbside thing. Over the weekend, I used it. Every place I went, I had to make a bunch of purchases. I am now a huge proponent of curbside delivery and pickup. It is so convenient, and there is something about somebody coming out. You're caring enough to come out to your vehicle and deliver you what you've purchased that is so
Totally.
old school and just feels very warm.
Yeah. We are totally open to someone calling us and shopping around the store with them on the phone and bringing their stuff out. Like, it's custom catered shopping. Who doesn't want that?
It's cool. You're right. Yeah.
I think the last time I was in there, guys, you had an online order for like 2 brownies. Like somebody just wanted, to
Yes.
satisfy their sweet tooth.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
now-
yeah, and I love that. Like, people are coming to town. We are right in the hub around essential businesses, so people are coming to town.
Yeah, we're right beside the post office. We're right beside the hardware store. There's an amazing bakery. There's an amazing store right around the corner, the market shop.
Yeah.
There's so many things across the bargain center across the street.
Everyone's working together to.
Yeah.
I see the bank across the road there, so people are making their trip through to count their count their fortunes. So this is, first of all, congratulations on launching during a tough time and making it go. That is so remarkable, as so many businesses, especially in your category, are suffering and shutting down around me here in the city. It's nice to see that you're making a go of it. Okay, so now we're past the pandemic in our minds. Everybody's vaccinated. We're all back out on the streets. What's the future of Susan's Delicatessen look like then?
Oh, we want to, we definitely want to put outdoor seating.
Yeah, we want to increase our seating a bit.
Yeah.
Bring back our inside seating.
Yeah.
Create that friendly, cozy vibe that meet me at Susan's. Come on out.
Yeah.
Who knows who you'll see? Come and get some tasty treats.
Leave with some kimchi.
Yeah,
Okay.
leave with some kimchi.
This may be weird. Show me around the store. I'll give a description as we go for anybody who's looking, because it is absolutely an adorable delicatessen from what I can see. Oh, wow. Beautifully appointed. This feels like a very Euro scenario where you would go in and get fresh and in fact, I guess curated. Look how great this place is. It's way big.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've got 2 storefronts. We're really lucky to have that. And so we've got an indoor and an outdoor, which allows people to safely come in and exit without bumping into each other. Here's
Excellent.
Papa Country's hoodies.
Oh, let's talk about that. Okay, so now just looking around the store, it is a very quaint gift and curiosity store alongside curated items of food that I think from fresh to canned, as you pointed out, pantry goods. What a beautiful, beautiful shop alongside being a deli. That's amazing. I'll recommend you just to go and see how wonderful they've set it up. That looks great. Now, you passed the hoodies. Let's have a look at those. Papa Country, you've got something to do with this, I know. In the Grey Highlands, you've created an apparel co. That we are promoting right now, and you can get the items right here at Susan's Deli. Let's talk about that. Go ahead, Papa Country.
I guess I had extra time on my hands between the 2 magazines that I published, so I started a little.
And running a farm and 2 kids, and I see. I can see how you'd have that time.
Yeah, there's exactly. So I started the apparel company and a couple of lines for hyper local clothing. One being the Grey County Apparel Company with a great tractor design, as well as the Beaver Valley Apparel Company with a pair of skis to sort of celebrate the skiing and Nordic culture up here in Grey County. So Suzzi and Catherine have been kind enough to sell the hoodies through their shop, and I think they've been doing quite well, and that's pretty much the only place you can get them. I keep referring people to Susan's, and I think we sold a bunch before Christmas, and if I'm not wrong, maybe you guys correct me, but people seem to come into the shop at times and go straight for the hoodies. I think you mentioned that the other day, and I can't thank you enough for selling them.
They look amazing. They look really warm.
Yeah, they're super comfortable. And Suzzi, I don't know, you guys, Catherine, you've worn them too. What are your thoughts on the hoodies?
Yeah, they're thick, they're warm.
Yeah, they're good quality. The logo's awesome. It says it all.
Yeah, I do like it. That's really sharp. Okay, so available now at Susan's Delicatessen in Markdale. You can get your Grey County Apparel Co. apparel. And more detail about that at the end of the show, or you might have already heard a commercial for it that we did in a silly fashion. But that's amazing that you can get that there. I congratulate you both on having the bravery to go and do this, and then actually doing it so well that it's catching on even during the toughest of times.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're really happy, and we're really thankful to Papa Country for pushing us and putting us in the magazine and supporting us. So we're getting a lot of new customers from the area through his publication.
You know what I think? I think Papa Country is a nice addition to the country because he's such a good dude.
Thank you, guys. Well, I appreciate working with you tremendously. And let me tell you this, anyone I mention, you guys too, as I'm out and about in Flesherton and Markdale and the surrounding communities, people really love you guys. Like they love what you're doing. And I think you guys are just scratching the surface here. I can't wait to see people flock to Susan's once the stay-at-home orders are lifted and the pandemic slowly fades into obscurity. I think you guys are going to have lineups. It's going to be awesome.
I think so too. I've got a feeling
it's going to be really fantastic.
I've got a feeling the next phase of iconic Susan's is about to grow to a level that none of the owners previously have seen. And so we wish you great success with that.
Yeah. And you guys are building. We're all building.
Yeah.
You know, we were incubating during this time period.
Yeah.
Now, before we close, I'd like to ask you guys, what would you say to our listeners in Toronto or other, big cities around Markdale as they head up north to their cottages or cabins along Highway 10?
Stay at home.
Post pandemic, you mean?
Oh my goodness. You know what? That was the best answer anybody's given us to that question. That was well done.
Oh, God.
Stay home.
I would say take your time. Coming up this highway could take you 2 to 3 hours, which I know could be annoying when you're trying to get to your destination. But there's so many great little towns along the way that really could use your support, especially post-pandemic, to gear up and get back to normal, whatever that is. But I think there's a lot of stops that really might blow your mind, from great coffee shops, delicatessens, little curiosity shops, secondhand consignment stores that you can get some pretty special things that you can't get in the city, and honestly for a better price than what you'll get in Toronto.
Let's give people
well said. I was kind of leading you towards hey, stop and come into Susan's, but what you ended up doing is promoting everybody else, and I think that just says a lot about your personalities and how you're really community centric. So
but let's get people to come to the place. Where do they find you?
And come to Susan's. We're at 15 Main Street,
Markdale, Ontario.
And we're kind of right in the center of Highway 10 between Toronto and Tobermory, which is a huge destination in the summer.
Well,
so come on down, stop by. We're going to have some new things for the summer. We're looking at maybe getting some gelato. We're looking at getting bubble tea.
Oh my gosh.
Some really fun things. So you'll have to come in and see.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. And I have a feeling this is not the last time that we'll chat on this show.
Where can people order for curbside pickup, guys? What's your website?
SusansMarkdale.com.
Yep. Hit order now.
Check our Instagram.
Check our Instagram for daily specials. We've got sandwiches, drinks, soups, salads, and we're going to try and get our pantry items and maybe your hoodies up there, Roger.
Ooh, fantastic.
Well, this is it. They're really doing it. And Susan's Delicatessen, Markdale, you'll want to check it out right there on Main Street. Thanks again. Thanks to both of you. And, wishing you a safe and happy existence between here and when everything opens up again. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Mike. Happy New Year. Happy New
Thanks
Year.
for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hey, listeners.
If
you're in the Markdale area, you better come by Susan's Deli to get your
Papa Country, Hello Country,
Gray County.
Apparel Co. hoodies, different sizes, zip, pullover. We got it. They're beautiful. They're thick. They're cozy. Come by Susan's Deli.
Good vibes, great times, and great County apparel at Susan's Delicatessen right now, Main Street in Markdale. Well, there we go. Warmth galore. And by the sounds of things, amazing food. Susan's Delicatessen, and where you'll find Grey County apparel. Let's do one more plug, if you don't mind, for Hello Country. Where can people get the magazine online?
Oh, just go to hellocountry.ca. And if you live in Grey Highlands on a farm or in a house with a Markdale, Flesherton, or Priceville address, you'll get it in the mail every month with Canada Post.
All right. Well, listen, everybody, thank you for joining us, and we'll encourage you to reach out. You can do that at hellocountry.ca, and we'll hope that you stay safe and sound, and we'll catch you right here next time on Hello Country, the podcast. See you, Papa Country.
Yeehaw!